Hello, thanks for tuning in to the Wheeler Detailers YouTube channel. My name is Martin, and in this video I'm gonna compare the good old Flex PE14 rotary polisher with cord with the new Flex PE150 rotary polisher on battery. Which one is best and what are the differences? Before we're gonna start, I'm gonna prepare the surface here in front of me. I'm gonna sand it up, 3000 grit and 2000 grit, and then I'm gonna polish it back to high shine. So let me start with the PE14 polisher as we know it with the power cord. So in this case I'm choosing the wool pad in combination with Manzerna's 400 heavy cut compound. I will prime it with a little bit of Orange Eco waterless wash and spread out the polish over the surface. Make sure the machine is on setting 1. Here we go. Now I'm gonna increase the speed to setting 2.5, which is around 1900, let's say 1000 RPM on the polish. I'm afraid that the 400 didn't catch up all the sanding patterns, so I'm going to give it a go a little bit more rough with the 300, the strongest one we have from Manzerna. So after wool I'm going to take the green pad, and this one I'm going to do with the 400 from Manzerna. Here we go. I would say this is a big step already. So what I like in the PE14, first of all, the machine comes without a backing plate, and I always love to use it with a 125mm backing plate, because with the 150mm backing plate the machine is not so easy to steer exactly where you want it to be. You need more firm arms and hands, and you know, I don't have that. I go with the 125mm, and with that for me it's much easier to maneuver, to get it anywhere. Also the machine is very low on vibrations, I would say hardly. It's kind of quiet for a polisher, so that's good as well. And it's very durable. Sometimes it gets a little bit warm in the top end of the machine. You know, lay it away for 5 or 10 minutes and then you're good to go. Parts are easy to replace, like cold brushes. It's a very good rotary polisher that should belong in every detailer's arsenal. So enough said about the PE14. Let's get the PE150 out. The PE150 comes standardly with a 150mm backing plate. And there's a button here that you have to press with your thumb. And then the spindle locks, and then you can replace the backing plate with, in this case, a 125mm as well. Here we go. So I charged the battery yesterday. It's now on 4 lights, so it's kind of full. I did only one test drive from, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes. And off we go. Sounds a little bit different, eh? Same approach as with the PE14, so I'm gonna do Manzerna's 300 on wool. Spread out that Manzerna 300 over the sanded area. Make sure the machine is on setting 1, the speed dial is here. Here you press the accelerator, and then on this side there's a button, you can put it on auto. Well, my first impression is noise. And I would say on noise it's quite comparable. And also the second thing I sense is that the weight of the battery here in the end of the machine is not that bad. Let's switch it on to 2.5. Here we go. Again I see some lines here, so we need to give it a second hit. So let's switch pads and polish. I saw some things that were equal, but I also faced some things that were different. Let's, by the way, check the battery. We are still here on 2 lights. Yeah, a few things that come into mind while using this, a head-to-head comparison. Noise level, I would say, is kind of the same than the PE14, so that's not a big difference. Only when it starts, when you pull the trigger, it makes a little bit of squeaky kind of sound, but that's all okay. On first hand, I thought while polishing flat surfaces, like here, then you don't really sense the weight of the battery so much. And this weight comes into the bottom part of the machine. And then when you polish on curved or convex parts, like we do here, then that weight gets a little bit difficult, because then you have to rebalance yourself to polish this part when you go from here to here, also when you go in this direction. That's not so easy, so you keep on rebalancing and rebalancing. Later I tried it to tilt it with my hand under the battery. You could also see that in the video. I thought that would go already a little bit better, but that weight on the bottom part of the machine is not easy when you work on curved areas. On longevity, so we used 2 LED lights of battery power. So I thought that's quite okay, but I would really recommend to put it in a charger and have your second battery on the charger ready as you go. I see this in use for short polishing sessions, like like a restyler, on-site a couple of headlights or one scratch repair on, let's say, one door. Then I would say this is quite good and an easy tool to have. I would not use it for long sessions in your workshop. So if you have to do 1 or 2 rounds of compounding all around the car, which will take you, let's say, 6 to 8 or 10 hours or even more, then I would really recommend to take one with a cord. But other than that, I would say great machine. If you'd like to see another video with a head-to-head cord polishing to battery polishing from Rupes, check out the video in the top end. Bye bye.